Okay, welcome back to the YouTube class. So in this class, let us continue with the next type of evidence, which is called evolution by anthropogenic activities. After looking at the evidence by natural selection, so what is this anthropogenic activities ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Anthropogenic activities are nothing but the activities which are performed by humans, where humans are involved in these kinds of activities and we are responsible for the creation of new kinds of varieties in this nature. Say for example, we are using everyday herbicides, pesticides, but up to the extent we are not using. Agricultural farmers, they are using these pesticides and chemicals, all those things in an excessive quantity, and such excessive use of excess application of herbicides, pesticides kills all kinds of microorganisms or the pests which are responsible for causing crop loss or any kinds of diseases. But in nature, we have to remember there are two types of varieties. In nature, any kinds, consider for human beings or any kinds of microorganisms or pathogens, herbs or pests which are causing the loss for the agricultural products. So there are two varieties. One of them were sensitive ones and the other kind was resistive one. I repeat, in nature, for any kind of living organisms, there are two varieties. Some of them are sensitive and some of them are resistant. And while we are using the excess of use of the herbicides and pesticides, so what is going to take place in the colony of these living organisms, say for example microorganisms. So these sensitive ones which are sensitive for different kinds of chemicals or which are sensitive for herbicides, they are destroyed. Their population destruction takes place, but the resistant one, they survive. And the sensitive ones are deleted, resistant ones are selected, and selected one which are called as the resistant one, they survive, they are selected by the nature, their population increases, and within a very short duration of time those resistant one population increases to the maximum. Say for example, I will give you a very general example. Say for example 100 bacteria are present in a population. So in that 90% of them are sensitive. Say for example, only 10% of them are resistant one. We are comparing into the two population. So by the application of any kinds of drugs or any kinds of even the antibiotics, because why I am taking these microorganisms, it is also true for microbes. So this drugs or antibiotic application, it kills that 100, all the 90 sensitive one which are sensitive for these drugs, they destroys, and the remaining 10, they are only 10 remaining, but their property is wonderful. They are resistant to for these drugs and antibiotics. Their population multiplies, they reproduce, reproduction in the resistant one begins. So in that 10, by time over duration of time, over a month, and for example we know that bacteria, they divides for every 20 minutes. Say for example over on 10 years, so their population increases. For again we are considering their population increase up to 100. For our convenience we are putting all these values. So in that 100, 95 of them are sensitive. In the resistant one, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 95 ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೀಕ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ and 5 are very strong. ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ರೊವೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, and it is possible for us to destroy only these resistant sensitive one. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ವರ್ಡ್, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಒನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅವುಗಳು ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಓವರ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇರ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಯು ಈಸ್ these antibiotics which helps in the surviving of the resistant one, and these resistant one, they survive within a month or their population multiplies maximum a year. Say for example even for 10 years, but they never takes centuries together. But evolution of human beings ನೋಡಿದಾಗ over a billion of years ಇಂದ ಆಗಿದೆ, millions of years ಇಂದ ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. By anthropogenic activities, by herbicides, by drugs, by antibiotics, by chemicals, we are responsible for the creation of the resistant one in nature, so that pathogenicity of the living organisms, it goes on increases. So it tells us the process of evolution is not a directed process, So it is not governed or it is not directed by, so you should go like this only, ataradu yavadu illa. So it is called as a stochastic. It is called as a stochastic process, which means random probability. It means random probability. Then on what factors that this evolution depends, means it depends on nature. It depends on nature, or it depends on the chance of mutation. It depends on the chance of mutation. I'll give you a very quick recap over the anthropogenic activities. Man-made activities are responsible for the formation of new varieties in the population of microorganisms or population of any other species. Excessive use of herbicides, pesticides and all in the population of any living organism, the sensitive one, their destruction takes place. As a result, the resistant one survives. It is also true for microbes, and these antibiotics and drugs, they helps in the selection of the resistant one. Surviving of a resistant one, it takes place within a month or within a year, not in a centuries. That we should remember. So this tells us the evolution is not a directed process. It is a stochastic process. Stochastic means it is a random probability process. It depends on the chance of mutation and also nature. Nature is responsible for the formation of these evolution. So we'll move towards the next kind of evolution. Okay, the next evidence is called biogeographical evidences, and these bio, living, geography is the area where the living organisms are living. They also provide us a very important proof for the evolution. So here we are studying about adaptive radiations. Adaptations are the formations of new organisms from different adaptations present in a geographical area. This geographical area is for the living organisms. So these adaptive adaptations, which are nothing but it's a process. So where the origin of many species from a particular point, say for example in a particular geographical area, there are very common type of living organisms are present. So they are moving to different directions, and those directions present in different geographical area and are responsible for the formation of new species. So by the huge experiment which is conducted by Charles Darwin in Galapagos Islands, so that gives us a very interesting idea about these biogeographical evidences. So I will write the definition of this adaptive radiation. It is the process of formation, or it is the process of origin. It is the process of origin of many living organisms, origin of many species from a point, origin of many living organisms from a common point of a geographical area and are moving to different directions. avagala adanne helide alva, and are moving to different directions. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ directions ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ in the geographical area is called adaptive radiation. And the wonderful example is about for this biogeographical evidences, they are the Darwin finches, very small interesting birds which were observed by the study of Charles Darwin. The voyage which is conducted by Charles Darwin on his ship which is called HMS Beagle. So there he found interesting varieties, and the island is Galapagos Island. Darwin he studied for about 5 years. ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಜರ್ನಿನ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಪ್ಯಾಗಸ್ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ವೈಲ್ he is traveling, he noted the diversity of different creatures in this Galapagos Island. There are a variety of blackbirds, and these blackbirds he found, he was very amazed to see these blackbirds, and he called them as Darwin finches because he is responsible for the identification of these species. There are 18 varieties of black birds. They are called the Darwin finches, and these Darwin finches ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಇದೆ, and they have started from the original seed habiting features. They are eating the normal original seed habiting, but by time we are feeling this 18 more varieties of the same black finches, so that they should be from the common ancestors, right? So ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು conclusions ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. So I repeat, more than 18 varieties they have started from originally seed eating habitat. From this original seed eating habitat, they are diverging to many of the variations, which is also an example for divergent evolution. From the common point, they are diverged into many features. See, for example, if we can plot into what are the different varieties of this original seed habitat, we will list a few more examples. Like from the normal seed eating varieties, there are different varieties of Darwin finches are observed. Like when you look into the beak shape, some of them they are having these things, and few of them they are having the pointed one, which is seems to be the nut eating, and few of them they are having a very hard hard fruit eating varieties. So likewise the Darwin finches, they are varying in the beak size and beak shape, so that on this basis they have classified the original seed habit features into maybe for insect eating, original in the modify agide ಕೆಲವೊಂದು insect eating in the same Galapagos island, they are diverging into different locations, and some of them are responsible for fruit eating, and few of them they become vegetarian, and some of them they become gregarious for tree hunting. So likewise 18 different varieties of Darwin finches, they started to evolve from the common ancestry. And in the same way we can put the example of Australian marsupials and Australian placental mammals, PLAC. There also provides us a very interesting example of convergent evolution. From the common point, they are converging into particular area. Australian marsupials and Australian placental animals. In the second PUC NCERT, page number 133, they have given the description about this Australian placental mammals and Australian marsupials. I'll just sum up the variations, how different species they evolved into these kinds of different features while taking the example of. I'll just sum up the examples and how they are evolving into the common adaptive radiations. This sentence we should remember: in an area more than one adaptive radiation, if in a particular geographical area, if they are having more than one adaptive radiation, then they leads into convergent evolution. They are converging into the common point. So by taking the example of Australian placental animals and Australian marsupials, we can easily come into this conclusion how the common adaptive radiations. So species formation another, let us discuss. The first example is a mole. In Australian placental organisms, we can take the example of mole, and these moles in marsupial and different geographical area, these marsupial mammals, they are converged into, they are leads in the formation of marsupial mole. There is a very slight difference between moles and marsupial moles. They are having same kinds of adaptive radiations. And the next example we can take this anteater. And these anteaters which are present in the Australia, marsupials, they are evolved into numbat. The same anteater in marsupial organisms, they are modified into numbat. And the example of mouse. Mouse in Australian placental animals, in marsupials they have been modified into marsupial mouse. Simple, marsupial mouse. lemur is modified in the marsupial organisms as a spotted cuscus. Spotted cuscus ಆಗಿ modify ಆಗಿದೆ. lemur and spotted cuscus almost both are similar. Even flying squirrel, these flying squirrel in marsupial organisms, they are modified into flying phalanges. Very simple and very common. And the next one is bobcat. This bobcat in the marsupials, they have been modified into Thalassanian tiger cat. So we have one more example, that is wolf. Wolf, they have been modified into Thalassanian wolf. I'll write here, wolf of Australian placental mammals, they modified, they are adapted in different geographical area of the Australia as Thalassanian wolf. So by taking these different examples, so we can conclude that in different geographical area, if more than one adaptive radiations takes place, they have been modified into a similar type of organism. They are showing the convergent evolution. Clear? So that's all about the biogeographical evidence. In an area, more than one adaptive radiations, they are responsible for convergent evolution. See, it is also important for NEET.